take away from that one today?
Slow start. Obviously, the first attack they had down our left side, which they targeted. I thought we dealt with after that, but they targeted it and they got in down the side. It's a really tight call, but I am someone who, if it is tight, I prefer it to go in the forwards' favour. So obviously, VAR have deemed it's onside, so no problem. We had to respond. I thought we was in control the whole game. It's just our quality in the first half, certainly on our crossing, was really poor. We spoke about it at half-time and probably should have gone in at half-time 2-1. Fashion's had a big chance off of the rebound off of John Lunson. Really good free kick from James, obviously. But we spoke about our quality and speeding up our play in the wide areas and our running. And straight away at the start of the second half, you saw that. I think Tav takes the 1v1 on. It's a great cross, fantastic header from Fashion. And from that moment, I thought it was only us that was going to win. We seemed quite comfortable in the game, enjoying it. We shoot ourselves in the foot, should we say, on the corner, but again we responded well. And I suppose the only frustration today, similar to away against Hibs, is we should be scoring more, in the same way at Hearts, but we're scoring 3s and 4s away from home. It's not an easy thing to do, but we're capable of getting 2 or 3 more goals today. I thought at the end there, if we're a little bit more ruthless, that was what would have happened.
You're happy with the response you got sort of straight after half time, but then on the other side of it, maybe a few moments to look back on defensively?
Yeah, listen, like the set plays, an isolated incident, which we have to do better on. And to be fair, at set plays we've been very strong of late, so I'm disappointed in that. But again, we keep going. We're trusting the way that we're playing. You can see that we're trying out some new things, and I thought it was a strong performance day. I think you can see the strength that we've got at this moment in time. We take off the 2 strikers and we bring on Alfredo and we play Malik with him, which is slightly a change, some things that we've been working on, and I thought they came on and contributed to the game well. Raza then went back more to the side as a classic winger really, and I was really happy with the game. I thought we was in control and should have probably won by 1 or 2 more.
That's 8 times since you came back. You've came from behind to get a result. That tells a lot about your resilience. Obviously, we made life a bit harder than it should be.
Yeah, I think it's not ideal to go behind, but it shows that there's a faith and a trust in the way that you're playing to keep going. The game's played for nearly 100 minutes now if you put the added on time in, and I thought we grinded Motherwell down, and if you believe in the way you're playing and you keep playing, the chances will appear and come. I thought today, it's a tight call, but obviously it's the right one because VAR's there to help, but it's a tight call and we didn't defend the whole moment well. But after that, I thought we were strong in the game. And as I say, I've been involved in a lot of games for Rangers, not just this 19 games or whatever it is since I come back. And to go away as consistently as we are and score the amount of goals we are, it's not a normal thing in terms of what I lived in this club. So I want to praise the boys for their form away from home and finding a way to keep playing and keep winning. My only side of it is that can we be a bit more ruthless, because we're getting so many people in front of the ball that at times we are going to leave ourselves a wee bit vulnerable in the search of trying to score more goals. I'd just like us to be a bit more ruthless.
The number of times you mentioned Tavernier and underlines how important it is to you. It's nearly 100 goals for Rangers. Yeah,
I'd say laugh and joke with him. He should have had the 100 today, his header and maybe a shot on his left foot. But look, for a fullback, and to get in those attacking positions where he's getting in, he's got to get 70 or 80 yards up the pitch. And I suppose that's what I'm saying. At times you're going to leave yourself vulnerable to allow Tavernier and Barisic when he's here to get up the pitch. Yilmaz today, and no, his contribution's fantastic. You see today a free kick at 1-0 down away from home, he scores, and then 3 or 4 minutes into the second half, a fantastic cross and an assist. So his numbers are fantastic, and that's been like that ever since I've known James.
Is Cantwell a growing influence in the team, I think?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he is. And last week was a tough week for him. Obviously, 3 games, back to back, but he's playing really well. He's probably a slightly different player, or he's being used slightly differently to what people thought he would be. But in terms of getting his numbers and goals, he got a nice assist last week for Scotty Arfield, and he goes and scores today. So I'm delighted for him. I think it's been a really bright start to his Rangers career, and he knows that there's more to come, and that's the exciting thing.
What's the plans for the international break, your players?
We've got a few going away on internationals, and then we've got 3 or 4 days. We're going to let the players have a bit of time with their families, and then we're back in working. We've been working on 1 or 2 new things. You saw at the end of that game there, we're trying something slightly different at the back, and to try and get more players up the pitch. And so we'll continue to work on that. We've got 9 league games and a very important cup game when we come back. So our focus is very much on enjoying a couple of days with family and then working hard. And it gives me a bit of time to sit down with 1 or 2 as well and give them a little bit of feedback.
Some more protests today. Michael, Ross Wilson is a guy you also work closely with. I mean, could you just tell the fans why Ross is the right guy for that job?
Listen, I've always worked well with Ross, and he came when I was already in the club the first time round. He's influential in bringing me back into the club. We work fantastically well every day. He's 24/7 football person similar to myself, so our energy is the same. We're off working and looking at players, and we control the atmosphere, if you like, in the training ground. We're the 2 main figures at the training ground. So I understand the fans' frustration. They don't know everything that goes on in the workings of the club, but I understand that they pay their money and they support the club. They pack out every away attendance, both domestic and in Europe. They pack out every game at Ibrox, and they have a right to, in the right way, put across their opinion. But I would say, since I've come back in, the form of the team's been really good. And so before that, they can be disgruntled, but now we're looking forward and moving forward, and I would prefer it if we were all on the same page, but at the same time, they're entitled to their opinion. I think the work going on behind the scenes and towards next season's exciting. It can't all be revealed now, but I would just hope that we can make sure that we're together moving forward.
And you've said it's going to be a huge summer in terms of recruitment. That's when Ross is really going to come into his own.
Yeah, listen, not into his own. It's not his sole job. It's a job of a number of people. And listen, what I really think is my job ultimately is to win games of football and to make the fans happy winning games of football. And that's what I'm trying to do with the players. That's where my sole focus is. Everybody's aim is to win and to make the fans happy. And I understand the frustrations. They have a right to share their opinions and views, but I think we are a much stronger club when we're all together, and hopefully sooner rather than later that will all come back in line, because it's important. There's enough people outside of Rangers that don't want us to do well, so let's make sure we're all together.
Cheers, guys.
Do you fear that there's an adverse effect on the team the longer it goes on, because it seems to be quite sustained?
No, it's not something that's made its way into the changing room. We know as a playing staff and a management team that it's been disappointing at times, this campaign, but all we can do is keep winning the next game and winning well, and we're trying to do that. And we need to. We're here to service our fans. We're here to make our fans happy and to win things. And when we fall short of that, then they're going to obviously look to point fingers or share their opinion. That's fine. That's par for the course. We take that on board as players and staff, and all we can do is keep winning the next game. So far, from what I can see, it's not something that's impacting the group, obviously because we're winning games. But obviously today it's so visual, so it's there for everybody to see.